Good Tuesday afternoon. Carl of Untapped Genius here. It's all about tapping that built-in abilities that we have, whether we recognize it or not, and then doing something amazing with it. And that's what this is all about. So I've been doing these lives now for a long time. Every single day without exception for 1,000, 1,000, almost 300 times now. And so I speak of what it is to free oneself from the crap that gets in the way from us doing our thing. The crap that gets in the way, sure, it's life stuff, but it's more fundamental than that. There's always, what is going on in life and then how I respond to it. And how I respond to it is based on my mind. And the mind is the trickiest, slipperiest thing to get past, because it is so convincing in its perceptions, assumptions, labels, explanations that it comes up with as life is happening for you. And that whatever interpretations that mind comes up with, it's going to project it into your now and into your future nows. Why? Because it's trying to protect you. I call it the slippery mind. It is a very, very, very powerful, pervasive part of the mind. It's always analyzing just one thing. Can I survive this moment? And so when you're coming across somebody that you've never seen before, they look unfamiliar, your slippery mind is going to analyze them. And it's going to look at, hey, are there any past associations with people that look like this? And how were they? Were they safe? Were they okay? And it's going to project that past interpretation of somebody who looks somewhat like that strange person. And it's going to attribute those same qualities to that person that you see walking down the street that you've never talked to, never met, but you do have a first impression now, do you not? In every moment, you're getting an impression of what's going on. And then your mind will project its interpretation of what's going on. And it is so real that I call it the waking dream. In this waking dream, even if you know of it, even if you appreciate just how much our minds can mess with us, and in so many ways, even if you get that and appreciate that, even if you spent time in becoming more aware of your beliefs or the things in your past that have affected you, right? Oh, self-awareness is really important. However, I have found that it is not enough to help transform. Knowing the cause of things, knowing what's going on, like in the case of my mind and the beliefs that it projects in my every moment, knowing about this stuff is not enough. It won't do anything at all unless I can see the mind's creations in the moment that it's happening. Not just knowing of what the mind does, but seeing it in action in the moment that it's happening. Can I objectify? Can I separate myself from what my mind is giving me? That's the single most important trick you could ever learn in your life. Because life's not stopping us. It's not lack of time. It's not a busyness. It's not lack of resources, money, whatever. All right? Those things are all real. Yet that's not what stops us. You know, during this COVID thing, I'm watching people, including myself right now, waking up and taking action towards their dreams, their passion, what they're here to do on planet Earth. So if you're listening, my question to you is, what are you here to do? And are you doing that thing? And are you doing it fully? And if not, what is getting in the way? So when I ask you that question, you might be thinking, oh, well, you know, I've got my job and I'm really busy. I've got my kids, or I just don't have time to pursue my passions. And plus, you know what? I really don't know how things are going to turn out. It's not really realistic to, you know, do my artwork, make good money, or, you know, whatever project that you might have in mind. There's a part of your mind that has these questions and that it is judging like, no, I don't have enough time right now. I'm way too busy. And now this COVID thing, the whole world's freaking out. I don't have time to be thinking about my dreams and goals and what I'm here to do. And I say to that, when would be a better time to be considering what we're here to do and how to make a difference in people's lives? Isn't this the perfect time? So if you can somehow slip through past the slippery mind and its doubts, fears, concerns, and say, you know what, damn it, I'm going to do this, whatever it is. Like, you decide like it's a done deal. Not if, things turn out, or if, conditions are right, then I'm absolutely going to do this passion thing that I've wanted to do forever. It's like a done deal no matter what, regardless of conditions. And with that mindset, it's amazing what can be accomplished. Miracles do happen. Where there is a will, there's a way. Oh, yes. Yes, there is. But yet, it's really tricky stuff because of that slippery mind. So that's why over the years, trying to get past my stuff, by reading all the books and seminars and teachers that I've had, I love it all. I've had a passion for personal growth and becoming more than who we think we are capable of becoming. I've had a passion for that. Since I was 10 years old, my mom gave me Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And I have a statue of Jonathan with me at all times. I inherited it from my mother. Jonathan Livingston Seagull is my first personal growth book that I read at 10 years old, and I found me in Jonathan. Jonathan was about a seagull who did not want to hang out with the flock to find food and shelter all day, right? Do what everybody else is doing all the time, right? That was me. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I want to do my thing. I want to go this way. And so that's what Jonathan represented. He was here to live life as an adventure, not just to survive, but to thrive and to find out what we're capable of doing. He loved flying really high and, learning tricks, loop-de-loops, and see how fast he could dive to the earth. And that's me to a T. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always been fascinated with this thing called life and living it to the fullest. And along with it, what am I capable of doing? Now, I'm dating myself when I bring this up, but my favorite TV program, every Friday night, eating Bocce's Pizza, 3 feet in front of the TV screen, $6 Million Man. I love that show so much. This astronaut gets in a crash and they rebuild him, right? And he's got bionic legs so he can run as fast as a cheetah. He's got a bionic eye so he can see a mile away and stuff, right? That thrilled me to no end. And then, I don't know if you remember Evel Knievel. I loved him. Superman, all of those things. And to this very day, I have a deep passion for finding out what I'm capable of doing and then helping other people find out what they're capable of doing. And, Untapped Genius, I say, one of the core messages is you are freaking amazing beyond what you even could possibly recognize. There are certain abilities in your mind and in your body that you don't know about, that when you do, it can help you do your thing. And it can help write a new story about who you think you are. One of the universal things with human beings is that, we are not enough and that we are constantly comparing ourselves to other people. I mean, it's just built into the human existence, isn't it? And so we can't help but compare ourselves and say, I'm less than some people. Or a lot of people, or everybody. I grew up with cognitive problems, memory problems. My number one complaint was I am in a bunch of fuzz and static in my head and I can't think straight. And then when I was around students in school, I was afraid because I was out of it and I didn't want people to find out. So that shaped my life more than anything else. And it is what eventually birthed what I talk to you about now, my life as a wave work. And where is it? I just realized I'm on the wrong slide. But yeah, this thing right here that I talk about all the time that is about to be launched to the public like never before. I've been working on this for 20 plus years. It represents a journey, 50 years in the making. Wanting my dreams, my passions, to do something, to be more than what I thought I was capable of, like $6 Million Man, but yet having the exact opposite experience of, I got this brain problem, and I got this problem, and I got this problem, and I can't, oh my gosh. And so then I spent years trying to fix myself because I was all effed up. And it defined who I thought I was. A brain glitched, stumbling out of it dude. And so after I tried fixing my brain, which I couldn't do through all these things called nootropics, these brain supplements, I tried all sorts of different things. You know, and again, I read all the books and seminars and all that kind of stuff. Just nothing worked. Nothing. And I gave it my everything for years. And so that's when I wiped that slate clean. None of this is working. I'm still stuck and miserable. It's all great stuff, but it's just not working for me. And so that further reinforced there's something wrong with me. Have you ever felt that about yourself? Or have you ever felt that in comparison to others, you're not as good as other people are? I'm not enough is a core inner message that even the best of the best will often have. It's called imposter syndrome. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but you know, those people that you think are just so amazing and stuff, and they're just so confident and stuff, they too question the value of what they bring to the world. And so I, like a lot of people, to varying degrees, I have been plagued by that. And in my case, to severe degrees, because I had lots of brain problems to fix. And nobody understood them. Nobody could help me. I'm alone. What can I do? Well, you know, I got to tell you, my passion for finding life out, life is an adventure, just like Jonathan, it's still in me. And I still want to live life to the fullest. And I still wanted to be able to discover my abilities and stuff. And the best thing in the whole wide world is that all my frustrations led to creating what you see right now, this life is a wave model. And I got to tell you something. It's the best damn model I've ever seen. And I'm starting to own that a little bit more. And it's like, and it's not my work. I don't have a sense of, I mean, it's coming through me, but it's the work. And life is a wave. After all these different things I tried to do to overcome my problems and then tap into my higher abilities, life is a wave has given me a way to fix my glitches. So I can find flow and fluency as I stutter that, right? Interesting. But you know, what's really interesting is that I used to never be able to talk this smoothly and quickly off the cuff. This is not pre-scripted. I'm just having a conversation here. Hell, I couldn't even be on camera not too long ago. And my number one concern is I can't find the words to describe what I'm trying to describe. It was something that, you know, just before I did this live, I've got a movie producer out in LA who just recorded part one of my bio. And it was really fun. And he asked me some really intriguing questions about my life. I didn't have answers to it, but when I thought about it, it's like certain things clicked. And I realized that, man, I really define myself as somebody utterly, completely broken and not able to relate to other human beings, no matter how I tried. You know, and I've had this life as a wave vision and work for quite some time. But again, to share with somebody so that they get the real value of what this really could mean for somebody, that's been an elusive, challenging, ongoing thing. However, I've hit a milestone. I've hit a benchmark. I've hit a tipping point. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I'm ready. I'm ready. This movie, I just finally got all the drawings in from my buddy Muddy, who's been creating these drawings to make what this is going to be. It's going to be an 18-minute movie that is like a teaser for Life is a Wave, what it's all about and what it can do. And so I'm still working on the slides and whatnot, but I love the simple imagery that he's able to come up with, and that conveys simplicity and clarity about the ideas that I've been trying to present. You know, in my belief that I cannot find the words to accurately describe what I'm trying to share with you, I've made it overly complicated. You know, going back a number of years when I started to share this with individual people, I would bring in physics. And I think maybe it was an ego thing or something. No, but I just love the science. And I brought in all the physics of, and then principles of music. And here's what you get at the end 2 hours later. I'd be overwhelmed. It's like, well, this is cool stuff. I can kind of see it, but way too much. But now, simplicity, clarity. I have now showed this in real time with enough people. These images are working. And how I have shaped the whole talk, it's working. I'm thrilled. I just wanted to be able to share that personal victory that I have been at trying to live my passion for friggin' ever. I'm 54 years old now. I had my very first dream being something. I think I was a football player, maybe at 4 or 5 years old. But my first real dream that I dedicated my life to was at 6 years old when I started playing guitar. And then I dedicated 30 years of my life to pursuing music. But unfortunately, my brain glitches got in the way. I call it my flow stutter or my flow glitch. And it ended up being a central source of torture in my life. And so that torture led to Life is a Wave. So I have no regrets. Painful experiences, yes, to be sure. Embarrassing. Wow. However, it's all been worth it. It's all a beautiful thing because I can relate with other people. Do you ever feel like you are not enough? That there's something wrong with you? That you need to fix something or get somewhere or have something happen before you actually fully engage with life? Before you finally fully put yourself out there or into the mix of your passion, your project, your thing you are here to do on planet Earth while you're alive. I do believe that. We all do have that. Makes sense. And I can see evidence for it. As a coach today, I love being able to open up people's minds and question the doubts and the fears and the judgments that they have about themselves, that not enoughness. So I'm going to share with you right now. My deep conviction is no matter who you are listening right now, you are more than enough. And any shortcomings and flaws that you may perceive or actually really have, I'm going to say that's going to add to the beauty of what you bring to this world. Just like me, being able to share my glitches with the world like I just did with you right now. Because most of us are trying to come up across as all professional and we got our shit together and whatnot. But in the end, man, I think maybe every single one of us as human beings has certain doubts. And we compare ourselves to other people. And there's some sense of not enoughness. I think that's a fairly safe assumption to make. So, if you are yourself plagued to whatever degree of not enoughness, you're not enough, you don't have enough time, you don't have enough resources, you don't have enough energy, you don't have enough money, you don't have the right people in your life, whatever it happens to be, I'm going to say that's okay. That even with the perception of not enough and I don't have what I need, you can still do your thing. You can still find a way. Absolutely, without question. I don't know who you are, what your passion is, or what your circumstances are. But I'm still going to say that with deep conviction. I have 100 excuses why I should not be on camera right now and sharing Life is a Wave with the world. 100 of them. All very real. And, you know, my doubts, my not enoughness, they're just not stopping me like they used to. And the freedom to be just who you are and to feel safe in doing so, and therefore showing your true self to the world. Oh, man, what a feeling. Take it from somebody who used to be the shyest, most insecure, socially anxious freaking dude you've ever met. You know, my cousin once told me, you know, Carl, we couldn't even talk to you until you were 8 or 9 years old because you would hide in a corner. I came into this world extremely volatile, month premature, almost didn't survive, breathing problems, and incubated for a month and stuff. So that's what set the stage for me. So by default, I'm highly sensitized, volatile, and was deeply, deeply insecure in my cognitive issues that probably came from my birth. I don't know. It doesn't matter anymore. Exacerbated that sense of not enoughness in me. I'm different. I'm strange. And I need to fix myself before you can see me. Well, I haven't fixed myself. And yet you can see me. And I haven't died from being visible, even though I got lots of flaws. But what's amazing is that when you can kind of just give yourself permission a little bit here, a little bit there, to take a little bit more risk, to be yourself, to reveal yourself. I don't know how easy it is for you to reveal yourself to others. For me, and now it's kind of easy. It actually kind of feels safe. I don't quite understand that, but to whatever degree that you hold yourself back or hide, if you could just, the next opportunity you find yourself in, it could be later today, or it could be next week, tomorrow, whatever, the next opportunity you have to reveal just a little bit more about yourself than you normally would. Feel the freedom in doing that. And realize, I just did that and I didn't die. Now, to the slippery mind, you could die. By revealing yourself, you can die. That's how the slippery mind thinks, for real. And so when you can show your slippery mind, it's like, hey, it's like right now I'm doing a live. I've done it 1,000, almost 300 times in a row. Have I died? Have I been publicly humiliated, or all these different fears that we may have? Public embarrassment is a huge one. For me, oh my Lord, embarrassment. Oh, I don't like that feeling. But yeah, it's like, I'm okay. And to tell yourself and to convince that part of the mind, it's like, you know what? Let's open up a little bit more the next chance that I have. Just share a little bit more about myself than I normally would. And it might be with a stranger or somebody that you know really well. Reveal something about yourself. See what happens. I bet you're going to survive. I bet you might feel a little sense of liberation. And you might also experience where that person that you just opened up to, you just invited them to open up a little bit more about themselves. And I'll tell you, you know, when you do talk with people and they feel safe to be open, you find out, oh my God, they've got that same not enoughness in their own version too. They too compare themselves with other people. Oh my gosh, we all do it. Maybe I'm not so alone, maybe not so different. So that is my invitation to you. Find an opportunity that comes to you to reveal yourself just a little bit more than you normally would, and see what happens. And if you do survive, then I encourage you to do that again and again, and maybe a little bit more, and in some maybe creative ways. Are you holding back with your artwork? I know somebody who's been wanting to get back into photography for some time, and she may be listening. I'm not sure. And it's like all it takes is a simple act of picking up a camera and taking some pictures and sharing with people. Yet we hold ourselves back because other things take priority. Like, oh, I got to go to work. Oh, and this COVID thing, man, that's got me all messed up. And, you know, so if you're thinking about all the problems of your life and everything, and you're delegitimizing your passion, that's secondary. We're in survival mode right now. Who are we to be talking about living our passion, taking pictures? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the midst of where we find ourselves in the world right now, I say, ironically and paradoxically, it becomes even more important to pursue one's passion, to pursue the things that are true to yourself. Because if you're not expressing yourself, if you're not being true to yourself and authentic with yourself or other people, yeah, man, that's not only an energy drainer, but man, that affects quality and fulfillment of your life in a big way, right? So please, that's my invitation to you. Next opportunity, reveal yourself a little bit more. And hey, if you happen to see that camera, dust it off. Take that first damn picture and share it with me. I'd love to see it. So go do your thing. I know life is, oh my God, that's what the screen's on right now. Life happens. Yes, I get it. And then the stuff that gets in the way, our mind stuff, the doubts, the fears, the limits, like I don't have enough. All that stuff. Start poking holes in that damn thing. You're here to do something. Stop waiting. All right. Time is now. So get to it. And then share with me. Let me know how it goes. I'm here. See ya.